Good afternoon. It is exactly 1 p.m. East African time in Nairobi and 2 days shy to the new year. I hope you're having yourselves a festive season. Thank you for joining TV47 News Now. I am Sheilar Chelangat. We have so much lined up for you, but first let's take a look at what is making headlines at this hour. The highlights. A day after former DP Rigathi Gachagwa's meeting erupted in tear gas, Rift Valley leaders are on his case, demanding accountability for his baseless attacks on the government.
Condemn and to call upon every leader. As much as we have political difference, we have political scores to settle, it is not the right way to polarize the country.
Also, in Embu County, pressure is building for the immediate release of 24-year-old university student Billy Mwangi, who has been missing since December 21st. Activists are planning massive protests on Monday, demanding swift action from authorities.
Tunjue mwanzo wa hii maneno na mwisho wa hii maneno.
And in a move to quell tension, the government has freed 1.75 billion to clear overdue salaries and allowances for doctors and intern doctors, just weeks after the health workers' strike ended. All right, glad to have you with me. 30 minutes of this broadcast begins now. We begin in Embu County, where pressure continues to mount for the release of Billy Mwangi, a 24-year-old university student who has been missing since the 21st of December. Lobby groups in the county have called for mass demonstrations on Monday to demand for Mwangi's release. But as this pressure mounts, Embu County Security Committee has appealed to lobby groups and residents to exercise patience, reassuring them that the police are utilizing all available resources to track down Mwangi, who was abducted by hooded men at a barber shop in Dallas Estate while waiting to get a shave.
Received the petition from the family of Billy Mwangi, and we are working on it. So we are asking them to be patient and give us time so that we can resolve this matter.
Be able to concentrate on solving that problem in a situation of, anarchy, a situation of chaos, because now we shall concentrate on the matter at hand, that is, of course, maybe in dealing with the disorder in town, than concentrating on the key matters. So we appeal for patience.
And still in Embu County, a section of leaders from the county are calling for immediate and fast investigations over the recent spate of abductions and enforced disappearances. This coming after the alleged abduction of Billy Mwangi, a young social media influencer forcibly taken 2 weeks ago in Embu town. Led by Embu Senator Alexander Mundigi, the leaders urged the government to take swift action, emphasizing the urgency of addressing this disturbing incident, while calling on residents to exercise patience and allow investigators to work on these cases. This comes after protests broke out in Embu town on Friday over the same, with recent data from the Kenya National Commission on Human Rights revealing that 82 people have been abducted since June 2024, with 29 still unaccounted for.
Polisi wetu kama they are professionals na hawahusiki kwa njia yoyote ile katika hizo hayo mambo ya abductions, basi watuambie wamefanya uchunguzi wakapata ni nani anayechukua watu, anawaficha wapi na wanapelekwa wapi, kwa sababu vijana wamepotea wengi, na wote ambao wanazungumza mambo ambayo pengine hayafurahishi wakubwa, inaonekana wanapotea kiolela. Kwa hivyo ni vizuri kabisa polisi wetu sasa wafanye uchunguzi, watuambie ni nani, na kama basi watuambie ni nani, tutaendelea kuzidi kusema wanajua ni nani anayefanya haya mambo.
injaribu kufanya upelelezi iweze kuona hao vijana wanaweza kuwa wamefichwa wapi, tujue ukweli iko wapi. Ya, ile kitu itatusaidia ni watu wakae chini, tujue mwanzo wa hii maneno na mwisho wa hii maneno.
Na tukifuatilia tunasikia anachukuliwa na gari ambao ni gari za serikali. So tunaomba serikali achilie watoto wakuje tusherekee na wao mwaka mpya, na watoto wetu waache kusumbuliwa na maneno ambao wanaongea. In Kenya we have freedom of expression. We are calling a government to allow the citizen to express themselves.
All right, and away from that, Machakos Deputy Governor Francis Mwangangi has rejected the government's claim that it is unaware of those behind the recent abductions of young Kenyans. Mwangangi emphasized that the Constitution mandates the government to ensure that the security and protection of its citizens. Speaking at the funeral of Ukambani freedom fighter Mwindi Mbingu's daughter Agnes Kamene in Mwingi Central, Mwangangi called on the President Ruto and his security team to be transparent and explain who is responsible for these abductions. He warned that Kenyans have lost trust in government's ability to protect them as guaranteed by the Constitution and urged the President to act quickly to restore confidence.
Professor, it is so sad. Our country today, we are talking about forced disappearance, forced abductions. Na yule rais tuko nayo anasema yeye ajui kama kuna watu wanapotea na ni yeye anatuongoza. Hii maajabu haya. Mheshimiwa Ruto, watoto wako wanapotea, alafu wakipotea wewe unasema ujui. Tumekuwa wazee, hao watoto nani ata take over the country? Nani ata take over as an MCA? Who will take over from professor? So what we are saying, naona hawa ni kama wameshindwa na kazi. Na ikiwa rais wa jamhuri na uko na vitengo vyote vya usalama, ujui wa Kenya wamepotea, ili hali Kenya National Commission on Human Rights ambayo inalipwa na wananchi hawa na sisi wote, wanasema wananchi wamepotea na wengine wameuliwa, lakini rais hajui, then we have every reason to say we are living in a very sad situation. And that's why mimi naona, kimaoni yangu, naona it's good we have a truly God-fearing person in the name of Dr. Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka.
And away from that, some Rift Valley leaders are urging former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua to stop seeking political attention and power by orchestrating frequent attacks across the country. This comes a day after Gachagua was attacked once again by assailants during a political meeting organized by some Kenya Kwanza leaders. The leaders are now calling on the National Cohesion and Integration Commission and the Directorate of Criminal Investigations to launch a thorough investigations into the alleged abduction, false claims and attacks targeting Gachagua. They suggest that the incidents are part of a political scheme to undermine and discredit the operations of President William Ruto's government.
What we are witnessing is a systematic, intention and deliberate move to destabilize the country and to polarize the communities in the Republic of Kenya. I want to take this moment and condemn and to call upon every leader. As much as we have political difference, we have political scores to settle, it is not the right way to polarize the country and to cause mayhem among the communities.
Amesema anajua watu wenye anaabduct watu, na sisi tunasema kuna ofisi inaitwa DCI ambayo iko Kiambu Road. Kama anajua, aende huko Kiambu Road, aende a record statement, na akimaliza hapo asiende nyumbani, apitie mahali inaitwa Madhare hapo, kichwa yake iangaliwe vizuri kama iko sawa, kwa sababu nafikiri kuna kitu kibaya, kitu kidogo tu.
Hiyo stage managed disruptions kwa meetings na kublame government kila wakati. Tunataka ni condemn with the strongest terms possible. Na nimuhimiza ya kwamba hii sheria, watu ambao wa DCI, watu wa investigative units, tafadhali muinvestigate ayo fake abductions na pia fake disruptions ya meetings. Wale culprits wawekwe ndani na washtakiwe.
And I'm almost 100% sure that they're the ones who are plotting these issues of abduction so that it looks like it is this government that are abducting people.
All right, national government has released 1.75 billion to clear salaries and allowances for the doctors and intern doctors few weeks after health workers called off their strike. This is according to the Ministry of Health. Public Health Principal Secretary Mary Muthoni confirmed that the money paid is part of the 3.5 billion which has been accrued since 2016. She says that this is part of a CBA and back-to-work formula which was agreed between the government and doctors. However, Muthoni says that President William Ruto has ordered the Treasury and Ministry of Health to ensure that the balance will be paid in 2 years to ensure the health workers get their dues without delay.
You very well know we have stated as a fact that we are not going to close the year with any debt or any arrears for the community health promoters. We are going to pay to the last coin so that we start the year in a clean slate and they can also close the year in a mood that is festive, just like any other person. So it is important to note that we care about them and we are looking forward to opening the year and working very closely to ensure we achieve the universal health coverage, and especially using the referral system that we already have, and that is working for the Social Health Authority.
And barely after a week after bodies of 4 people were recovered from a dangerous Lami Nyeusi gold mining operations area after collapsing, opinion leaders, political leaders and other stakeholders now want the illegal gold mining activities in the West Pokot County stopped with immediate effect. Led by Sigor lawmaker Peter Lochakapong and National Mining Corporation Board Director David Kapesilwa, who toured the fateful mining site, leaders called upon those undertaking and leading all the operations to immediately stop and withdraw their operation machines from the sites, saying no valid licenses have been issued to them to conduct such mining activities.
Sisi tumeshangazwa sana kwa sababu tumekuja hapa, tumepata Chinese karibu 6, hawaelewi Kiswahili, hawaelewi Kiingereza, hawawezi ongea na mtu yoyote hapa. Na hapa wameweka mashini zao hapa, wanaishi hapa na wanachimba gold area hii. Wanachimba minerals pande hii. Sisi tumeshangaa. Hata tujui kama wako na makaratasi, kama wako hata na permit ya kufanya kazi katika Kenya hii. Hiyo ndio kitu ambayo imetushangaza. Lakini sasa wamejificha nyuma ya mtu anaitwa Mohamed. Wakasema sasa hapa wako wanafanyia kazi mtu anaitwa Mohamed. Kuuliza hao kampuni yao ni gani hawajui. Kuuliza hawa kama wako na leseni ya kukuja kufanya kazi hapa hawajui. Kuuliza hawa kama kuna mtu yoyote ambaye ameruhusiwa kukuja pande hii hawana habari.
Mimi leo nimekuja na mheshimiwa mjumbe wa Sigor kufika hapa Segir na tumejionea mambo ambayo hatujaamini kwa macho yetu. Ya kwanza ni kwamba tumepata watu wa Chinese ambao hawaelewi Kiingereza. Na ukiuliza nani waliowatuma hapa, wanasema kuna mtu ambaye tunafanyia kazi, huyo Mohamed. Na Mohamed mwenyewe hatumuoni hapa. Na mambo ambayo yamefanyika ni kwamba ni against ile act ya Mining Act ya 2016. Kwamba hakuna mtu yeyote ambaye anafanya kazi bila kupata leseni kutoka kwa National Mining. Na hiyo prospective license lazima iwe sign na waziri mwenyewe.
And moving on, environmentalists in Malindi sub-county are urging the Kilifi County government to provide litter bins in the resort town to help mitigate the spread of waste. The stakeholders, led by Progress Welfare Association, emphasized the need for strategically placed bins to encourage both local and tourists to dispose of waste responsibly. During the annual general meeting at Diamond Malindi Plaza, participants highlighted the town's growing population over the past few years. Without an effective waste management plan, they warned Malindi risks becoming increasingly polluted, and they stressed that installing litter bins will be crucial to maintaining the town's cleanliness.
Juhudi zetu za kusafisha mji ili uwe kivutio cha watalii zimekuwa bora mwaka huu kuliko mwaka uliopita. Tatizo ambalo linaturudisha nyuma ni pale pahali pa kutupa zile taka tunazokusanya. Na county government hajajitolea kiukamilifu kusema taka zetu zote ziende hapa na zichukuliwe regularly.
The population has been growing over the past 3 or 4 years, and that growth of course has a huge effect on garbage production. So we hope that as the environment as the Malindi society keeps to grow, we are able to be equipped as a municipality or as a town to be able to handle the garbage that our population produces.
And the government is urging Kenyans to acknowledge the government's transformative achievements in various sectors and disregard false narratives being spread on social media. Principal Secretary for Devolution Teresia Mbaika is stressing the importance of promoting accurate information about government initiatives. She engaged with UDA delegates, encouraging them to serve as ambassadors of the government's work and counteract misinformation online. Addressing the ongoing criticism of government projects on social media, PS Mbaika highlighted the new Social Health Authority as a major step towards health reforms. PS Mbaika was speaking during a tour at Makueni County, which included visits to Kibwezi East, Kibwezi West, Kilome and Kaiti constituencies.
Since yesterday, we have been across the different counties of Makueni with different teams, purposely to talk about government policies and how so far we have done. And this is because of the negative publicity we have across, maybe across the country, but particularly in Makueni. My interest was around Makueni because of the negativity, the negative vibe we have on different initiatives of government. Number one, starting with SHA, the Social Health Authority, and also encouraging people to register.
And the political class in Naivasha has vowed to sheriff and lead protests slated for this Monday if abduction victims are said are not released by dawn tomorrow. That was called by a human rights group last week as they called on protesters to exercise restraint on property and asked the police to keep off as picketing was a constitutional provision. Our reporter Willie Dennis Njiru with this story.
The section of leaders drawn from the Greater Naivasha area are keen to be at the forefront of the expected anti-abduction protests on Monday, citing misuse of authority and force by the police as a major challenge.
On Monday, tutakuwa kwa barabara kama wale vijana hawatakuwa wamerudishwa, si ndio? Ni wangapi tutakuwa kwa barabara?
Mheshimiwa Yorogao mi, from next week kama kutakuwa na maandamano hii town ya kusema ya kwamba abduction zishe, mimi nitakuwa hapo katikati.
Kuandamana, it is your constitutional right, it is in the Bill of Rights. You're supposed to do that when you feel like there is ruhusa ya expression vile unajua.
However, the leaders made a point of cautioning the public to maintain law and order during the protests.
Tutakapotokea kwa barabara, katiba yetu imetupatia ruhusa ya picketing. Sasa usiguze kitu ya mtu, maana tutahesabiwa kama wakora.
Express yourself in the best way you know how. But please let us not destroy any property.
Further, Naivasha MP Jane Kihara criticized the state of the Mai Mahiu victim resettlement by the government, claiming the promise given by the government to the victims were not fulfilled as at now, leaving the helpless victims in a tough situation.
Nilipiga ndio kwa sababu nilikuwa nimeweka pesa ya kusaidia hao watu wa Mai Mahiu. 250 million was in that budget. Kwa hivyo mimi lazima ningeipigia, ingawa mkakasirika sana, wengine wakanitusi kwa simu, wengine wakachoma ofisi, mpaka I took a lot of time before I got a space.
The leaders spoke during the 6th edition of the Naivasha Gala Awards that celebrate heroes who go the extra mile to serve humanity in the region, such as the Mai Mahiu tragedy responders, who were among those awarded for their swift and dedicated response to the Mai Mahiu flood tragedy that left tens dead following the deadly flash floods.
I want to voice that abductions in this country must stop. They must stop. If I'm the MCA and I'm not doing anything, you have the right to say I'm not doing anything.
Maneno ya abductions ya watoto wetu tafadhali igome. We love our kids.
For TV47 from Naivasha, I'm Willie Dennis Njiru.
Thank you, Willie Dennis. And youth in Tana River County have been urged to use the internet in a sustainable way to tackle the issue of youth unemployment. Tana River Senator Danson Mungatana is calling on the county's youth to exploit the internet to learn technical skills and business strategies that they can apply to create self-employment opportunities and improve their lives. He has further called on Tana River County government to allocate a special budget to empower the youth with technology, particularly in innovation.
Sasa ni wakati wenyu kama vijana kutoa akili mpya ya vile tunaweza kufanya kazi zetu ili kurahisisha maisha yetu ya pale nyumbani. Wengi wenu mmesoma na mnajua mambo ya sayansi na kiteknolojia. Lakini ubunifu ni akili ambayo Mungu amekupatia. Kuna wengine ambao hawakwenda university, lakini wana akili. Wanajua wakishika hii simu, wakifanya vile na vile, wanaweza kusaidia mambo ya ukulima kama alivyosema waziri.
Sports News. All right, let's get sporty. And the 14th edition of Chris Oguso Football Tournament is currently going on in Mahanga Village, Vihiga County. And our reporter Duncan Mutua is on ground. Duncan, what is the latest from Mahanga?
Thank you so much, Sheilar Chelangat. I can get you loud and clear. We are at Mahanga Village in Vihiga County, where the 14th edition of Chris Oguso Football Tournament is currently going on. And behind me, ladies are preparing to get, or to rather play in the finals. But to make it clear and to make it simple, let me just invite the organizer, the founder of this tournament, that is Chris Oguso, to give us a brief summary of what we are expecting this year's finals. And Chris, welcome to TV47 Live. Give us a brief summary of this tournament.
Thank you very much. This is Chris Oguso tournament. This is the 14th edition since the inception. We thank God that we're here today. As you see, we have partnered together with the community and our prime sponsor, which is Betika, and we brought this because we want to nurture talent from Mashinani. And this talent has come about because I was born in this village, brought up in this village, and gone to a local school called Ebuali High School just next to us here. So I come back to tell them that you've brought up a son that can come back and tell you people out in the world there's something good. I've also invited my fellow CEOs, because I'm the CEO of Kenya Police FC, CEOs from Bidco, Madara United, Gor Mahia, they're all here to watch the talent that is nurtured from the village here at Mahanga and Vihiga County as a whole. Also, it is to tell people about security. to encourage people during Christmas time. People come home for festival, and we might tell people that we must keep peace so that we can live in harmony. Today's edition is going to be graced by none other than our DIG, Gilbert Masengeli, APS. He's going to be here with us today and is going to be our guest of honor.
Today is the final day. How many teams have graced this tournament since? How many teams have graced this 14th edition?
This 14th edition, we registered 178 male teams and 38 ladies teams. And it's really encouraging to see mostly that the ladies teams have come out to be part and parcel of this journey. And you can see Western is most ladies teams come from Western, and you can see Vihiga what? A team from the ladies team from Vihiga. It has been the champions of the women league. I started my Kenya Police Bullets. Vihiga Queens, yes. I started my Kenya Police Bullets team after I saw many teams taking part in this tournament, and about 6 players in my Kenya Police FC Bullets team have come from this tournament. Yes.
Lastly, and because we are going to have a long conversation, but lastly, what should we expect from this tournament? How different is it from the last edition? How different is it from the first edition and 13th edition?
The difference, to be sure, is the prize money. The prize money is going up. Like the winners are taking home 300,000, the second taking 200, the third taking 100,000, and also Betika has given out sports kits to all the teams that participated in this tournament. That's one thing that has really touched my heart, and I say thank you to Betika for coming out large to support this tournament.
And I'm ready to be entertained in the final. I'm ready to be entertained in the finals. That is Chris Oguso giving us a brief summary of what we are expecting in the finals. Remember, today is the final day where 2 teams, or rather 1 team, will walk away with the prize money. From here at Maanga Village in Viga County, my name is Duncan Mutua. Back to you, Sheilar Chelangat.
All right, thank you very much, Duncan Mutua, and that story definitely concludes TV47 News Now at 1. I have been Sheilar Chelangat. Thank you for watching. Do have yourselves a lovely afternoon.